Why can't Muslims adopt if Islam is a religion of mercy? You can adopt, but you can't erase their identity. Islam encourages raising children, especially orphans, but with boundaries. What kind of boundaries? Boundaries that protect the child's truth, their name, their lineage, their inheritance rights. In Islam, love isn't supposed to rewrite who they are. So wait, we can't even change their name? Correct, the Quran says, call them by the names of their fathers. That is more just in the sight of God. But wouldn't changing their name help them feel like part of the family? It might feel good, but it erases truth. Islam honors identity. Lineage is sacred. Changing their name could confuse inheritance, blur family boundaries, lead to marrying someone secretly related, and dishonor the child's real parents. So what can Muslims do? You become their legal guardian. You raise them, love them, support them emotionally, financially, spiritually, but you preserve their lineage. If their parents are known, you acknowledge them. So is that considered adoption? Not in the Western legal sense, but in Islam, it's the most noble kind. The Prophet himself was an orphan, and the Quran says, whatever good you give is for the orphans. What about hijab and privacy? Is the adopted child treated like a family member? Not automatically. If a girl is adopted and there's a man in the home, hijab is required once she hits puberty. Same goes for boys and adoptive mothers. So they're still considered non-relatives. Unless they were breastfed at least 5 full times before age 2, that's the only way they become family in the legal sense. So milk makes them family. Yes, if the child is under 2 years old and the woman breastfeeds them at least 5 times until full from her own milk, then a permanent bond forms. She becomes the mother. Milk mother. Her husband becomes the milk father. Her kids become milk siblings. Hijab no longer applies. Marriage between them is permanently forbidden. Why before 2? Why 5 times? Modern science confirms what Islam knew 1400 years ago. In the first 2 years, breastfeeding transforms the child. It transfers more than nutrition. It gives hormones, bacteria, and immunity. It literally rewires the child's gut, brain, and nervous system. It builds emotional trust and security, just like biological parenting. So it's not just symbolic. No, it's biological, it's psychological, and Islam recognized that bond before science did. That's why 5 feedings are required. 1 accidental sip isn't enough. 5 proves intention and nurturance. What if a family has a daughter and adopts a boy? If he was breastfed properly before age 2, he's her milk brother. No hijab, no marriage possible. If not, he's a non-relative. Hijab applies. He can marry her in the future. Privacy must be respected. So adoption doesn't make them siblings. Only milk can under specific conditions. What about inheritance? An adopted child doesn't inherit like a biological child, but you can give them anything while alive. Leave up to 1/3 of your estate for them in your will. But if you raise them, love them like your own, why can't they inherit like your own? Because inheritance follows blood, not love. Islam protects lineage and fairness. If inheritance was based on emotion, truth could be erased and biological hers could be wrong. That feels harsh. That's why Islam makes a way. You can love them, raise them, provide for them. You just don't rewrite their identity. You honor their story and yours. So Muslims can adopt. Yes, but it's adoption with integrity, love with truth, parenting without pretending. You don't erase their past. You raise them with mercy while protecting your family's boundaries. Love them fully, but don't lie about who they are. And sometimes milk is enough to make you family.